another exciting episode of SME Arena, where we talk about small and medium enterprise. Today I have with me the CEO of Lagos' Very Own. Now, you're wondering, what is Lagos' Very Own? They deal with branding of casual wears. I have with me Mr. Ayomide Aroloye.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Welcome.
Thank you.
So can you first off give our viewers like an overview of what LVO is? Like, what do you guys do with and all?
Okay. Lagos' Very Own is a casual clothing brand. We make t-shirts, face caps, polo shirts, sweatpants, basically everything casual. Reason why we went into it is I noticed at a point that a lot of people are doing suits, traditional wear, all that. But there's no particular brand that is really going all out to make these casual clothes. And when you are going to the market or you just want to go to the beach or something like that, you need something to wear. So that's essentially is why we started.
Okay. So I know that one of the problems people have for startups basically is funding.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask, how did you start yours?
Okay. To be honest, it's LVO, Lagos Very Own, is personal funded. Reason being, I am generally a very risk adverse person. I don't like carrying too much weight. So I started with what I had. You understand? I was able to use some of my contacts to get someone that was going to be able to do it to my capacity, able to get machinery that was able to produce what I wanted with the quality. I just made sure that everything that I did it to within my power.
My range.
You understand? Reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of startups, they miss it in the beginning, from the very beginning, in the sense that you go into something and you just, maybe you go and meet your mom or your brother or something and you ask for, I need 5 million. So when you have that 5 million, instead of, it won't go, it normally usually doesn't go the right way. You understand? It's better when it comes from your pocket. It's easy for you to manage your resources that way.
Sorry, but for a brand like yours, is it, I know people always say you should start small.
Yeah.
For a brand like yours, is it possible to actually really start small?
Yeah, it is. Because reason being is this. Okay, at this moment we have you place an order, you go to our social media page or you give us a call, place an order and we deliver. That's business model makes it easy for you to start small because for example, you don't need to have material like sitting in your shop or in your factory. When somebody says, okay, I need 10 shirts, I need 4 whites, 4 this, 4 that, you can go to the market and just buy it. And luckily enough, before we even deliver to you, you would even pay. So it's even your cash that we would use, do you understand, to do it?
Yeah, but I'm also looking at the fact that I know that when you want to buy it, when you buy in bulk, or let me say, okay, if it's just for branding now, say you need to acquire the shirts that you will now brand. I know that when you buy in bulk, it's cheaper.
True.
And then compared to when you have to buy just maybe like 4 quantity and all that.
True.
So in the long run, I mean, thinking cost-wise, I mean, would it not be better, so to say, to have like a certain amount of clothes in your store, and then when people place an order, you just go to the store, pick it up, and then do what you have to do?
True. That's excellent. Usually, what we do, there are 2 particular colors that people can't do without: white and black. So we always seem to have like white fabric and black fabric in the factory at every space in time. It's only when the person asks for, okay, maybe it's a bulk job, that's when we now have to go back out. But usually if you want to get like 1 or 2, but like there are some some colors that some people can say. Someone can say turquoise black, somebody can say I want reddish. You
Cockroach
understand?
brown.
You understand how customers are. So those kind of things, for example, now you have to go out and get it. Another thing is, I've noticed that this is arguing in your favor anyway. I've noticed that there are some particular materials because I'm sure I'll still talk about this later. There are some particular materials that you get in the market that when you see it, you know that this particular material is different from all the stuff you've been getting before. So when you see that kind of thing, yes, it's advisable to buy in bulk because next time you come back later in the evening, tomorrow, you might not see that material.
So, all right, let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back. It's still SME Arena. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back. It's still SME Arena, and I have with me still Mr. Ayomide Aroloye, the CEO of Lagos Very Own. So, Mr. Ayo, looking at some government policies that have been put in place, would you say these policies favor SMEs and all these startup companies, or do you think there are some policies, maybe somewhere, one or two, that actually, hold people back from actually starting up?
All right. Well, it can be better. Reason being is, for example, you look at, I have to, let me say, as I said, for example, if I go to the market, I buy, okay, you're aware that fabric, the cotton fabric, I don't think it's produced in Nigeria, so you have to import it. But it's one of those banned goods that you can't get Forex for. Okay. So when these guys bring them in, let's say for 1 yard, I buy 1 yard of material for 1,000 naira, for example. And by the time I do my printing, the cost of production, everything, by the time I do all that, I maybe give you a shirt for, let's say, 5,000 naira. But you can imagine in a sense where we were producing some of these things here in Nigeria. And the thing that I was buying at 1,000 per yard, I was now buying it at maybe 15 naira. I would be able to sell you quality product for, say, 1,000, 2,000. This in the long run would help everyone. Do you understand? So that is one of the things I think that we need to look into, right? You need to either include us and help our business, or create
a platform.
You can either fund some of these companies that are interested in doing this.
Okay.
Me and some of the other people that are in my line of business, I am sure that if the opportunity was there, if there was some sort of government funding, all of us would probably come together and be producing this. And if we could produce them in Nigeria, that would help us a great deal. Because unfortunately for us, one of the disadvantages of this thing is, if you go to the market, okay, as I said earlier, that if somebody says that they want like peach or something, and you have to go to the market and look for that particular one. Unfortunately, because that color is not too, you now get substandard material. Sometimes something that you like, that you think is acceptable, the customer might not accept it. So by the time, you can imagine taking that back, printing, doing that, and the customer now receives it and is like, this is not. At the end of the day, you now have to either refund or this. At the end of the day, these things kill businesses. So I think that's when it comes to policy, that is the standout thing that I think that people need to the government needs to pay attention to a lot.
Okay, let me come a little bit personal now. How do you deal with customers that owe you? But you can't drive them away because you want to keep them close. So how do you deal with people like that?
I'm a realist. I like to say that Nigeria is a very peculiar country. If you expect things to happen normally in Nigeria, I don't know. You know the country that you're coming from. It's just like for example, let me use. Okay, you go to the supermarket or you want to get food and you're complaining that you guys are wasting my time. But bro, you know where you are. There's everything is always a bit weird in this country. So okay, like for example, there are lots of people that, okay, like a t-shirt from me, depending on the design, comes for 4 to 5 thousand. Unfortunately, and it breaks my heart that this has to happen, but unfortunately, because some people cannot actually afford that, we have to like either tell you, okay, well, sorry, this is not, or maybe look at what we can do or something. But in the eventuality that the person now gets it, at the beginning, I used to be so hungry that I'll be like, don't worry, I'll just do this thing. Don't worry, you can pay me after you get the shirt and this. But it wasn't going too well because people now started, they will form, that kind of thing. Once the person wears it, the person will not be that eager to wear it, to pay for it. So what I now started doing was, which I think a lot of businesses should try as much as possible to do, is upfront payment before we move, right? So pay me, and we do our shirts in batches. So every close payment that we get for the week, for last week, for example, they would come out in the coming week. Okay. That's how we do. So that's what I usually do. They pay me up front before I go ahead, and I think it makes everything tidy.
Okay, so nobody's owing anybody. You're not running after anybody to say.
Then those peculiar people, that the disadvantage, I have to say this, disadvantage of this is that we know that when, for example, now, like you guys, I want to make shirts for you, and I just send you like 10 shirts. That, you guys, what do you think about this thing? And I'll just send you a bill that is actually, do you understand? It's like half and half. I can get your business, luckily enough, or you guys can send it to me and say that you're not interested. So the disadvantage of upward payments is that you might not actually get. It might not be as it will stunt your this thing in a way. So it's a risk, basically. It's a risk.
I guess taking risks is part of the business eventually.
Exactly.
All right, thank you very much. This has been Mr. Aroloye, the CEO of Lagos' Very Own. They are into casual clothing, so branding. And how can people reach you?
Okay, social media, we're big there. Twitter is LVO Lagos, LVO LAGOS. Instagram, Lagos Very Own, at Lagos Very Own. So the personal numbers are there as well. You can call us and we will respond properly.
All right, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
I know I have one of your shirts, so I'm a fan already.
Thank you.
All right, join us again next time on SME Arena. Till then, I am Muyo Lania.